Hey, everybody. Welcome back to UQuest, navigating more joy and happiness in life. If you have ever found yourself stuck in overthinking, second guessing yourself, second guessing every single decision that you make, or feeling paralyzed by fear of change, this live is specifically for you. Today, we're going to talk about mindset shifts to help you really break free from overthinking and truly start embracing a change with whatever it is you're trying to change with confidence. And stick around because at the end, I have some really, really exciting to share. I am doing a free 5-day coaching experience where we will dive deeper into how you can make these changes stick. So stick around to the end if that's something that interests you. So this morning during my workout, my trainer said something that has stuck with me all day and it I've heard this before and it just sticks with me when I hear it because it's so very true. If you can change your mind, you can ultimately change your life. You really, really can. And this is why I teach the mindset workshop that I do out in the community because our minds are so incredibly powerful. Once you realize exactly how powerful your mind is, it can change the trajectory of your life. But I'm going to be really honest right now. I have not always had such an optimistic outlook on life. I absolutely have not. I have struggled and still do at times with overthinking everything. I replay conversations in my head and worry about making the right choice and the right decisions. And honestly, it has kept me stuck in a place I didn't want to be for a long, long time. And I still go back to that stuck place, but I have the tools that are necessary to help me get out of that overthinking and back into making decisions more confidently and more easily. Once once I learned how to shift my mindset, things really, really started to change. I was making decisions a lot faster, trusting myself more, and actually feeling really, really good about moving forward in life. So today, I want to share 3 things that you can start doing right now to start shifting your mindset and break free from overthinking. Overthinking can really paralyze you. And I love sharing this fact from the National Science Foundation along with not only overthinking, but our negative thoughts. If we are someone that struggles with having a lot of negative thoughts, those negative thoughts that you're having and overthinking is common. It is not unusual. And quite honestly, according to the National Science Foundation, 80% of our thoughts are negative. And of those thoughts, 98% of them are on repeat. So it's nearly impossible to not overthink about things and to not second guess yourself. But having the tools necessary to be able to break free from that overthinking and move back into making decisions a lot easier is the real ticket. So the thing before we actually dive into what those 3 mindset shifts are that I want to share with you, um, I want to talk a little bit about why we overthink. A lot of a lot of our overthinking comes down to fear. It basically comes down to fear. Fear of making the wrong choice, fear of what are they going to think about me, fear of, oh my gosh, what is this going to do for my future? Fear of losing control. There's so many fears that come into play when you start overthinking. And honestly, when we resist change, it's usually because our brains are trying to keep us safe. Because that's what we're wired to do as human beings. It is our brain's job to keep us safe. So it wants to keep us in that familiar area, even if it's not for our best interest, even if it's not in our best interest. Our brains keep us safe by not letting us step outside of our comfort zone because it's scary and we don't know what to expect on that other side. But the good news is your brain can change, your mindset can change. It doesn't matter if you're 20 years old, it doesn't matter if you're 120 years old. You have the power within you to rewire the way that you're thinking. Anybody can do it with the right tools available. Anybody can do it. So I want to start the process with 3 simple things that you can start doing today to start getting out of that overthinking cycle that you might have a tendency to be in. The first one is reframing your thoughts. Reframing your thoughts is so beneficial. A lot of your overthinking, as I said earlier, is coming from fear. Fear of making wrong decisions or fear of whatever that fear is. That is a big part of what's keeping you stuck and in that overthinking cycle. But here's the thing, thoughts are not facts. They're not factual. When you catch yourself spiraling into the what ifs, ask yourself, what's another way that I can look at this scenario? Or what's another way that I can look at this? Instead of telling yourself, oh, I can't do that, how about tell yourself, oh, what if I do this one thing? Instead of telling, or even if instead of telling yourself, what if this goes way wrong? Reverse that and reframe it and say, but what if it goes extremely right and it gets me moving into the direction I want to be moving? Reframing your thoughts helps create space for the possibility of what is instead of the fear that you're facing. So that's one tip, is learning how to reframe your thoughts. The next tip is taking small, even if they're not perfect, action. Taking small actions, small steps. They don't have to be perfect. Nobody's perfect. Overthinking keeps us stuck because we wait until we feel ready to do the thing that we're trying to do. But you know what? You're never, ever going to be ready. You are never going to be ready to do that thing that you're scared to do. Whether it's making a decision without second guessing yourself or speaking up for yourself when you haven't done so before, or trying something new without needing to be perfect at it. Progress beats perfection any day of the week, every single time. So, step 2, take small but imperfect action. No matter how small your step is, take one tiny step. Once you can step a little bit outside of your comfort zone, it helps to show you that you can keep going and that it didn't kill you, whatever it was that you were afraid of doing. Tip 3 is building self-trust, which kind of goes along with what I just said. Overthinking. Overthinking comes from doubting ourselves. But what if you started trusting that you're able to handle whatever it is that comes your way, whatever it is you're afraid of facing? Trust yourself that you can do it. And one way to build that self-trust, that trust in yourself, is to keep small promises to yourself. If you say you're going to do something, then do it. And every time that you follow through on that one thing that you said you were going to do, it reinforces the belief that you can rely on yourself. And that is how you build trust in yourself. That is how you show yourself that you can do hard things. Now, I know, I know making these shifts can be really, really difficult. And it isn't going to be easy. It isn't going to be easy at all. And that's why I'm offering 5 days of free coaching to help you take this work even deeper. So if you're ready to quiet that overthinking and build more confidence and create real lasting change in your life, send me a DM so we can hop on a quick call to see if my 5 days of free coaching is going to be right for you. So drop an drop an I'm in the comments if you're interested in that free 5 days of free coaching, and I'll send you all the details. So just to wrap things up, I want to just reiterate, overthinking, overthinking keeps us stuck. But being able to shift your mindset can really help you start living again. And I really hope today's tips are beneficial for you and give you something to think about so that you can step outside of your comfort zone and face those fears that you've been afraid of facing and stop overthinking and just do it already. And again, if you're interested in joining me for that 5 day coaching experience, drop in I'm in below. Otherwise, I don't know if the sun's shining by you, but it is so bright I had to close the curtain. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next live.